We're about to hit one of the biggest financial crises of the 21st century, and to be honest, if you're not locked in, you're going to be the sucker losing money. But if you position yourself right, like I'm going to be teaching you in today's video, I guarantee you that you are absolutely going to cash out, because me and my family have already done it before, and we've basically set up ourselves for life. So if you want the same for you and your family, make sure to watch till the end of today's video. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Xavier channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the top 10 stocks to buy on Cash App right now. We're about to hit a bear run in the market where literally everybody is going to be selling. I'm telling you, in at least 1 to 2 years, every single thing around you is going to start collapsing. So if you don't prepare yourself right now for this inevitable future, you are going to be left behind for the people that do. Luck is solely when opportunity meets preparation. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to prepare yourself for the coming financial turmoil that we all know is going to happen. Our presidency currently has that money printer churning, and before we know it, it's going to collapse on top of them, just like the house of cards that it is. So this could be the biggest loss you've ever had in your life financially, or if you position yourself just right, this could be the biggest gain that you and your family has ever seen. I know personally during COVID, me and my family made an absolute ton of money because we positioned ourselves in the right way. So with that all being said, guys, let me show you how to do it. So first off, the place that I would recommend highly investing in stocks right now is by far the easiest place to do it, as well as the safest, which is going to be Cash App. I personally use Cash App to manage my entire stock portfolio, and right now today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how you can sign up for a Cash App stock account as well. Using Cash App to invest in stocks as well as Bitcoin, in my opinion, is significantly better than any other exchange I've used. I've used exchanges like Merrill Lynch, M1 Finance, as well as my own bank's exchanges, and I'm telling you right now, Cash App is the best one for the reasons I'm going to be explaining in a little bit. First up, all you guys need to do after you download Cash App is make sure just to go ahead and click on the stocks button right here with your cash balance. Go ahead and click buy stocks right there. And then as you guys can see, you guys can go ahead and buy as much quantity of stock as you could be interested in. So let's say I wanted to go ahead and pick up some Apple. And so hypothetically, all I would have to do is hit this buy button right here, select how much I wanted to buy, hit next. And then I obviously have to go ahead and put in some investing details. Now, I don't want to set up another Cash App stock account. This is my alt's Cash App account. I use a different Cash App account to go ahead and hold my portfolio. But for today's video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly how to do it on this account right here. So first off, do any of these things apply to you? If you're employed at a brokerage or if you're a senior executive in a publicly traded company, none apply. Are you subject to backup withholding? I am not. I paid my taxes this year, IRS. And then all I would have to do is go ahead and buy with Apple right now. Now, before we go ahead and continue, we got to take a look at this because this is why I really love buying stock with Cash App. As you guys can see right here, it says $0 in fees to buy with Cash App. And it automatically figures out exactly how much the approximate shares that you're going to buy, depending on the amount of money that you put in. So as you guys can see, I would be getting about 60% of one share because the approximate share price is stated what it is right there. On top of that, it shows me exactly what the fees are, which in this case is $0 because Cash App takes no fees from you buying stocks. However, I do want to state that they do take a small 0.5% fee from when you sell stocks, but honestly, it's not really anything to consider. If you have $2,000 of withholding, 0.5% is literally like $2. So it's not really a big concern, and honestly for a feature, and honestly for something as good as this, I would recommend doing it anyway, because any other exchange you go to is going to have a fee of at least 1% for buying and for selling. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this $100 of Apple right now, even though I'm not entirely sure this is one of the stocks I'd recommend, but I'm going to go ahead and hit buy right now. As you guys can see right there, I have $100 now invested in Apple. So I could go right back here and go to the sell button, or I can click sell all. And then as you guys can see right here, the fees is only for the government fees. So I wouldn't actually be paying any fees to Cash App directly themselves because this is not a big enough purchase for it. If you're going to be investing something like 6 figures into stock, I would recommend communicating with your bank. But if you're like me and you're just looking to do some side investing, Cash App is the best way to do it for some features I'm going to explain a little bit later. But as you guys can see, it would literally cost me 2 cents to pay this, and none of this money is coming from Cash App. This is solely coming from the government. So I would have to pay this because I'm in a US exchange anyway. It doesn't matter which exchange I use. Obviously, right here, as you guys can see, I'm not going to be paying any fees on top of that. And then the nice thing about Cash App is that if we scroll down right here, we can see our entire investment portfolio. We can see what our loss currently is, which I'm down a little bit, nothing crazy. And as you guys can see right there, it just updated real time right now because I'm recording this at about 11 a.m. on a Thursday. So that means that I can get a real time update of exactly what I'm buying, meaning that if I wanted to, I could sit on here and I could day trade and I could make a lot of money doing that. It even tells me how much shares I own as well as with the current share prices. And on top of that, what I really, really like about this is that it shows you a bunch of different news articles from a bunch of different credible sources showing exactly what's going on with this company. So as you guys can see, Apple is having some problems right now. They're about to throw billions of dollars in cash as investors as its stock slumps. Apple's working to fix, like, they're having a lot of problems. So because of that, I don't think I'd recommend investing in Cash App right now. But if we scroll down, we can see what the financials of them currently are, which no other exchange, to my knowledge, allows you to see this information this easily. We can see right here what their net profit is and what their revenue is. So we can see right here they had about $380 billion in revenue last year, and they made about $94 billion. But if we go to quarterly, you guys can see that they have made a lot more money in Q4 than they did in Q3 or Q2. And this is obviously because the Christmas season, because everybody was buying like their kids a new iPad or a new thing of AirPods or whatever, and obviously they were making a lot of money. But as you guys can see right here, the expected EPS is actually going to be decreased. So because of that, Cash App even gives you an analyst opinion on if you guys should be buying right now. So they'll tell you if they think you should buy, depending on what the actual value is, as well as based on 44 different analyst ratings. So this is why I really like using Cash App to buy stocks. So before we get into my top 10 stocks to invest in right now, I would highly recommend you guys go ahead and sign up for Cash App right now. And the best part about signing up for Cash App is that if you guys go ahead and sign up to Cash App with my link in the description, you will get a free $10 just for signing up. And proving that this works, as you guys can see, we can see all of these different invitation bonuses right here of all these different people that made $10 because they went ahead and signed up to Cash App with my link in the description. However, keep in mind, you have to then send $5 to a family or friend. I'm going to include my cash tag in the description down below so you guys can send me $5. I'll go ahead and refund you, and then we both can get the $10 from the invite bonus. Full transparency, I will also be getting $10. But you will be getting $10 at the same time, and it is at no cost to you. So it would be an absolute fool's errand to not do this right now because they'd be basically saying no to free money. And I'm not sure about you guys, but I've never said no to free money in my life. If you have already downloaded Cash App, or if you don't want to use my link in the description, what you can do is you can go to the top right down here, scroll the way down to where it says enter referral code, and then also go ahead and enter the referral code that I'm going to have in the description as well. You guys could also just create a Cash App alt account. You could just go to this sidebar right here and sign out of your current Cash App account and then create a fresh Cash App account using my invite code, giving yourself a free $10. If Cash App does not allow you to currently put in a referral code bonus, make sure to go ahead and do that so you're not missing out. I'm going to go ahead and sell all of this Apple stock because this is not something I really want to hold, especially on this Cash App account. I'm going to go ahead and hit sell. And as you guys can see, I just made about 7 cents, which honestly for a video is not bad at all. But in terms of the specific stocks that I would recommend investing in right now, I would choose stocks that you currently right now are actively using, or if you think there's a major interest in. So one stock that I would recommend you guys go ahead and check out is actually going to be Microsoft. And the reason why is because they are expected to make a lot of money in Q1. As you guys can see, they have already reported their earnings and they have made a lot more money this quarter compared to last quarter. You can see here that they have made about an extra $100 million this quarter compared to last quarter. And as you guys can see, a bunch of analysts are currently encouraging you to buy Microsoft. So I personally have a couple $1,000s slated in Microsoft just for full transparency. But I think that they are a good option to go ahead and invest in because they are currently doubling down on a lot of AI features. And as everybody knows, AI is the future. So Microsoft is making sure to get on this stuff early and actually deliver a high quality product, which I know that they will be able to. Another stock I'd recommend investing in is always going to be Amazon. I would recommend investing in Amazon when their stock starts to come down again, because as you guys can see right now, they're currently having some issues because of some anti-union stuff. And as you guys can see, their stock has dipped down quite a little bit, but it is back on the come up, and Amazon has historically pretty much always risen. The only time it didn't was at the start of 2023 where it came all the way down. Keep in mind, I don't think that this is going to happen again because their revenue has been consistently growing. If we check out their quarterly statements, as you guys can see, they have been growing since Q2 to Q4. But the conundrum here is, as you guys can see, they have actually made a little bit less money in Q1, but they have been making more money than people think they have. So Amazon is probably not a bad option at all. As you guys can see, the analysts are also encouraging you to go ahead and buy Amazon, which is always a good call. The next stock I would take a look at is Nvidia. Now, my conundrum with Nvidia and why I personally don't have any money invested in it is because I think that their stock is currently quite overvalued on what their revenue is. So as you guys can see, they have about $60 billion in revenue in the last 12 months, and they have a revenue growth year to year of about 125%. If we go ahead and check out their stock, they have currently a growth of 200%, which means that the stock is getting about 80% overall more investment than what the revenue actually dictates. And that's the biggest thing to go ahead and look for when you guys go ahead and buy stocks. That is the year to growth ratio with the actual stock ratio. So for example, if a company has grown 100% in revenue, but their stock has only grown up in 80% of revenue or 50% in revenue, then obviously this is a good purchase because their stock is currently undervalued on how much revenue they've made. So I don't think Nvidia is going to have a much better quarter. I think they've kind of capped out, unless maybe they can have some other stuff. And I think it's a little bit suspicious how they've gone up really, really quickly with all of the market hype around them, including all of the AI stuff right now, as well as a lot of people betting on shorts. I think it's a little bit fishy. I'm a little bit off on it. I'm not sure if I would recommend you guys invest in it, but it is definitely an interesting swing stock, and I would pay attention to it if it does grow, and if their Q2 reports do actually increase relative to Q1. Another company to look at is going to be Tesla. Now, the conundrum with Tesla, as you guys can see, is that their stock has not really grown at all in the last year. It went up and then it went down and then it went up and then it went down. And if we go ahead and check their revenue growth year to date, it's only about 10%, which means that their current E-value of their stock going up by about 11% is about what you should expect. But because there was a lot of people who kind of got it in their head that they're going to invest in Tesla and make a lot of money, as you guys can see right here, the stock went up super, super fast, and then it came crashing down because the company isn't actually worth that much. But with that being said, as you guys can see right here, they have dropped pretty significantly in revenue since Q4 to Q1. This is probably due to the Cybertruck controversy. As you guys can see, they've made $6 billion less than what they made before, and I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd be investing in that. I think that would, I think that's a pretty easy way to go ahead and lose a shit ton of money. But hey, you guys can do what you want. If you believe in the Elon hype, he's gonna come and drain the swamp, then whatever, go off. But I think this is a really, really suspicious buy right now, and I don't think I would be buying. As you guys can see, a lot of analysts are telling you to hold, which means that you actually should be selling. So I would recommend getting rid of it if you have any. I don't have any. I'm definitely not going to be buying any. And let's also take a look at Meta while we're at it. As you guys can see right here, they have about a 21% revenue growth, and in the last year, their stock has gone up about 90%. And then you can see the massive drop off right here. If you want to throw some shorts on Meta right now and you want to kind of catch them on the down low, I think that'd be good. I think that'd be a good call. But as you guys can see right here, this stock is kind of overvalued, and the market's realizing that. That's why it's dipping down. I wouldn't be purchasing it right now, even with their quarterlies. As you guys can see right here, they made less money in Q1. They did have a higher profit ratio, but they are making less money. And we can see their year to growth is not what it's suggesting. So I don't know if I would 100% recommend investing in Meta for that right now. But you guys can do whatever you want. It is your money. Let's also take a look at Berkshire Hathaway. If you guys don't know, Berkshire Hathaway is a railway company as well as a bit of investing portfolio company. They currently have a 23% growth. And if we go ahead and scroll down to their revenue growth, they have about a 20% growth as well. So they've seemed to be growing pretty consistently. Berkshire Hathaway is obviously run by Warren Buffett, and Warren Buffett is obviously a very famous investor. But as you guys can see right here, I wasn't very confident in the stock because in 2022, they lost a lot of money. They lost $22 billion due to some insolvency issues with some of their companies they picked up, which happens. It's the name of the game. And as you can see in Q3 as well, they've also lost about $12 billion as well. But they are kind of on track to hit a nice Q1, as you guys can see right here. When their earning reports come through, they're expected to have a little bit of a swing. And because they're a hedge company, they do come up and they do come down. And that's just kind of how they go most of the time. But as you guys can see right here, if you do want to buy Berkshire Hathaway, I don't think this is actually a bad call because their stock is looking like it's about to be on the come up. Let's take a look at AMD as well. AMD has had a revenue growth year to year of -4%, and their stock has gone up 70%. They're making less money, but their stock has gone up. I don't know about that. Listen, I'm as much of an AMD fanboy as the next guy. I love me a good Ryzen. I love me a good whatever. But as you guys can see right there, I don't think this is the one to invest in. Maybe pull a short on it. Maybe buy a short and see if you can make some money on the down low. But I don't know about investing in this one, especially because they're making less money than they did last year. But they are also overvalued. And as you guys can see right here, their profit is dropping pretty significantly. And they've been struggling to make a good amount of money. So if you do want to invest in this space, I think NVIDIA would be a better option because you'd probably end up making more money. Now that I've gone ahead and taught you guys the basics on how to do this stuff, I've basically given you an entire stock investing course in literally less than 10 minutes. So the least you can do for me is go ahead and sign up to Cash App and buy some stocks today, because I do want to see you guys get rich. And I would recommend going ahead and using my Cash App sign up bonus to get a free $10 right now. Literally, it's completely free. All you have to do is send $5 to a family or friend. I would take it and I would go ahead and refund you so you both get the money. But with that being said, guys, we have in fact at the end of today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to go ahead and click on this video that you can see right now.